I'll just read some things into the record. Today is March 10th, 2026. This is the Board of Assessment Appeals hearings. This is hearing number 125-2005 Fairfield Beach Road. The appellate is Becky Bunnell. The town value is $2,658,212, and the ask amount is $2,036,375. Okay. I have to swear you in. Okay. You please raise your right hand. You swear that the information you shall give regarding this appeal be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I so declare. I cannot swear. I'm a Quaker. We don't swear. But
okay, you can declare. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. Just sign there. Okay, thank you. All right, now to business. Okay. All right, so you're saying that.
All right, so I have three things I'd like to discuss. One is a correction of what I believe is an error of field card, which I think should be a fairly easy thing to discuss, and maybe we're going to just do one at a time.
Yep.
So the field card, as you can see from the house, we slope in towards the top of the house.
Yes, I see that.
And however, you have my upper story finished at a higher square footage because your third floor is 840 and 400, so that's 1240 versus 1,000 for the other two. So for some reason, you have put me over. There's no way I can be over the first floor because it's sloped in here. So the building area itself.
Are you here for only one property?
Yes.
Because these are the wrong field cards.
I gave you comparable field cards.
Oh, these are the comparable. Okay,
so
there you are. There you are. I got you.
That's the correct one.
There we go. Okay.
So basically, if you take the 840 and 400, which is the three-quarter finished, there's a three-quarter story and there's unfinished and finished. 840 and 400.
Three-quarter story. Yep.
That's 1240, and the lowest floor is only 1,000. So it can't be right.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's go with. There's the first floor. Okay, three-quarter story, 640.
So you already see the first floor is 1138. The second floor correctly goes to 1,000 because it goes in.
Yep.
The third floor should go even further in, but instead it's 840 and 400. So I think there's a mistake on the field card. I think the 840 is correct. It's just the 400 should have been subtracted from the 840. So I think it should have been 440 finished and 400 unfinished.
Okay, so the assessor, I don't know what he's going to want to do about that. He may send somebody out to look at it.
That's fine.
Remeasure it, just so you know.
I mean, you can look at the pictures. You can come. You tell me what you want to do. But that's number one, and it's sort of just a technical thing.
Okay. What's number two?
Okay, so number two is I would like to request a reduction in the dwelling cost market valuation. And so that is this building and, this cost market valuation, this section here. They've got me at $1,374,000 as if it were a new building. So this is, just to give you some context, this is a 1930s beach cottage that was raised up on stilts by me. It was the people we bought it from, and I have this all in the backup. We purchased it in 2011 from a guy named John Schaefer. He purchased it in 2001, and he did fairly minor updates. He updated the kitchen and the master bath, and he put in sliding doors and a deck. And that renovation that he did back in 2001 is 25 years old. We did we basically took his renovation, put it on stilts to make it FEMA compliant, and we really didn't change 90% of it. All we did is we updated 2.5 bathrooms, we put a fresh coat paint on all the walls, and we painted the kitchen cabinets. So it's a 1930s beach house raised up. There's no way replacement value is 1.3 compared to the others in the area. Everyone else is like 600, 700. And that's why I gave you some of these. I gave you some of the others. I also gave you a spreadsheet with some of the others. So one of these spreadsheets here was looking at others that were comparable. I looked at the living area, I looked at the number of bedrooms, number of baths, number of rooms, and the grade of comparable houses just right in my area, just to show you how much they are. That's the spreadsheet here. And you can see they're all 500, 600.
Well, this one here is new, and that one is a lot higher, but it's new.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say. A brand new house, which is further down, at 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, grade A, much double the square foot of us, is 1.1, and you're saying that I'm 1.34, 1.37. So what I
did, yep.
So I just feel like you've overappraised my dwelling.
First of all, let me correct you. I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, sorry.
We're the Board of Assessment. We're an independent body. We have nothing to do with the assessor's office.
Yeah, so these were all comparable sales or comparable in the area. I also looked at comparable sales, looking at sales that had happened within the past year.
And I can look at those.
So I just feel like we need to level set what my real building valuation new should be. And I think it should be in the 500 to 700, let's call it. And if you feel like you need to kind of put a little cupola on top, make it 700, I'm not going to quibble, but it's certainly not 1,374. So I think it should be in the 500 to 700, and then you had it at 60% good, which is appropriate because nothing's been done to it for 25 years. And even then, a lot of the original 1930s beach things are still there. So, I mean, portions of it were upgraded in 2001, portions were upgraded in 2011, but those were small portions, not total upgrades by any means. So I think that 600 to 700 is really a correct market.
How big this house is, right, so if we take that 400 off.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
About 4,900.
No, it's 20, the living area would be 2,400.
Living area. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong one, living area.
2,400.
2,400, okay, and their living area is, let me see this other one here.
I gave you a couple others.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now, 25, so a little bit bigger, not much. Oh, I see, okay.
Well, his 57 is
okay, here we go.
almost double on the 57.
Well, this one is,
and this was just built. The 2268 is the one you're looking at?
So I'm looking at 2015.
So 2015 was sold in 2025. I'm sorry, it was sold in 2024. So it's maybe that's outside the window.
Not really.
And that's a much nicer house than mine. It's gorgeous. It has all new interior, huge windows. I mean, you can come and look at it and see what you think. But it's 634 was what it was building value new. It's an A- grade. I'm a B. It's roughly the same square footage as me. It's roughly the same number of bedrooms and baths, and it's much, much nicer. Everything is brand new. Every counters are new. The windows are new. I mean, it's gorgeous. So that was one of the comps. The other comp was this 2268, which was built brand new.
Value 634, 517. Okay.
This one's not really a comp because it's 5 bedroom, 5 baths, A-, double the square foot, almost double the square footage. But even a brand new building was only created a building new value of 1.1.
Oh, that one there, yeah.
So it just feels
Okay, so I got that down there.
You,
so I would say that, yes, it seems like yours is excessive.
And then here's the other comps in the area that are just, I tried to, again, keep the number of bedrooms the same, bathrooms same, square footage roughly the same. Tried to keep the ABs. I mean, I'm again, I'm a B-. What am I? Oh, I'm a B+. So I tried to keep B+s and A's. And again, they're all in that 600 to 500 range.
Yep.
So I think I'm overvalued.
Looks that way. Okay. All right.
So, and then the third area, I know you're not going to change, but I'm going to say it anyway.
You never know.
You never know. So I do think...
And then I switch pages here.
So I am asking for a reduction in the oceanfront land value to reflect comparable sales.
Okay.
And there, I think I just have a different view of the way that black box land valuation should work than the assessor does. So I can't change his mind probably, but I'd like to at least make a statement. So basically, the way you appraise value, as I understand it, is smaller lots get charged a higher per square footage value
Yes,
than larger
that's
lots by quite a bit.
Yes.
What that means in the beach area is that you have a house like this, and you can kind of see, we have 8 feet between us. There's you have no light coming in on the side windows. You're here, your neighbor right next to you. You're absolutely on top of each other, and that's okay. We choose to live in the beach area. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. It's a choice. But the fact that the land value doesn't reflect the fact that there's a hardship. Basically, when you have 8 feet between your neighbor and you can see into their window and you can see them undressing and stuff like that. Whereas a larger lot, where you get twice the thing, you don't see anything, and yet they get charged less.
Yeah. Well, now I'm just trying to explain. Not saying I agree or disagree with it, but they get charged less, but they have more.
Right.
They have bigger
They
land.
have more, and they
have bigger
could
land.
do a bigger house.
Right.
They can have a house that looks, and it has more windows to look at. So they can charge more. They can get more. Their value is higher. They should.
Yep.
To get charged more. So that I just feel like I don't have the concept isn't wrong in the sense that they could get a little less per square foot, but the amount of less per square foot is really off kilter.
Well, part of the other thing that is a problem for you guys is that field cards. If you look at the field card, look at the land line down here. Down here.
Yeah, land value. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you look at that, you'll see that there's notes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do me a favor? Can you pick up my cap? I dropped it. It's way down there, rolling right.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, on other field cards that are not in different, some neighborhoods have, some don't. But, for example, at my house, I live in the university area. So, when you look at my field card, it stops right here, before we get to notes, okay? And he multiplies certain factors together to get your land value, which comes out over here.
Right.
But in the beach area, he then goes on, and not only is this bad enough, he goes on and says, oh, you live on the water, extra tax. So he says waterfront row, Pine Creek frontage here, it doesn't matter. But he puts you in something called a location adjustment.
I know, and I got a 2.5, and other people on the same street got 2.1.
Yes, because
and they have even better waterfront.
Yes, because there's a point which makes no sense. But he didn't do it based on that. He did it based on the street. So he goes like this, okay.
So this is Fairfield Beach Road.
This is Fairfield Beach Road.
So you got 2.5 along here, and then suddenly it changes to 2.1.
That's right, suddenly it changes. Yep, he does that.
And the 2.1s have better beaches.
Yeah.
Why did they get a lower
I don't know.
land value? It made no sense to me.
I have no idea how he did it. I have no idea what his reasoning was. Personally, the way I feel about it is, it's excessive. No matter what the number is, FBR, whatever, it's excessive because the value should be this.
Yeah.
Work out your numbers this way. Then you don't go taxing on another tax.
He did. He put a whole huge. I don't know why. I can't run a dog. I mean, it's like
I don't understand why nobody.
This is not something that we don't love this. We don't.
Why don't people in Fairfield Beach Road do a class action suit?
We might have to because it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it is getting ridiculous. Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I understood he did, although I couldn't see what the code was. Some areas of Fairfield Beach Road are awful to live in because students are there.
Yeah.
It's just. And I agree that he should have a discount for those. I couldn't find out where he had that discount, but I was told he did.
I haven't seen any field cards, but it could be that those people just didn't come in.
Okay. Well, I will say that we, surprisingly, are in a secondary student area. So there's a
you're further down.
There's a 900 to 1,200 terrible student area. Terrible.
Yeah.
But then
the sevens aren't so great either. That Lantern
Point, that's terrible too. We have 19 houses between our two groins. The groins are those rock jetties.
Mm-hmm.
Of those 19, 7 of them are student rentals. We have a lot of students in our area. So the same speeding, the same loud parties on the beaches. It's just we don't complain as much because we're kind of a little. We're not quite as bad as the 900 block, but we do have students. So if there is a hardship, I'd like to get it applied to our area too.
I can ask. I don't know. I've never seen it, but I'll check. I have a client that owns a house in Lantern Point. So I'll check. I know the address. So I'll check his field card and see if he's got discount there.
I was told by Tyler Technologies that there was.
Oh, then there must be.
That there was some hardship, but I couldn't figure out how to coded. It didn't show here in any way I could figure it
Okay,
out.
I'll check it out.
But if there is something, I'd like to get a discount for that. Anyway, then I had some other comparable sales that I was looking at in terms of, it's really hard to justify the land size, but I did have some comparable
How much
sales.
beachfront do you actually have?
Basically,
Wait,
the
cross.
size of my house plus 4 feet
You know what I mean?
inside.
So that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
It's not a lot. I mean, but don't get me wrong, it's beach.
Yep, I know.
I'm happy to have beach.
Yep.
But, you know, we're right next to each other. We're chock-a-block. And it's because there were these tiny little beach cottages.
Yep.
And who cared back then?
Right, that's because it was really just for the summer, who
Yeah,
cares?
exactly. So I did have some comparable land values comparable sales. So 18.
But I think you put that on, I think I have it on here.
Yeah, 1895, you do have this, was sold in 2025. And their land value was 1575, and they're virtually the same as me, and I'm 200 over.
Where are we here?
But maybe again, this is just a calculation.
2025. Oh, here you are here.
So I did two things. I did an average of all the
Most
sales,
direct, okay,
but this is the most direct
Yeah.
because it's like 10 houses down from me.
okay.
And it's roughly the same size as me. I'm a little bigger,
Yeah, not much.
but not much, and that's 200,000 difference in land value. That seems like a lot.
That does seem like a lot.
And then what I did with the other ones, these were all comparable sales, 24, 25. I just did the average of everything on Fairfield Beach Road that was a comparable sale. And again, some of these are a lot larger sizes. So I think this was maybe, they're going to say, go ahead and take that
I mean,
out.
just in case it's one of the people calling about their,
Yeah.
oh, we don't have it anymore. Huh. Oh, it doesn't even show up. Okay. Yeah, one of those spam folders. Okay.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure you're not going to do anything for that land, but I would like to at least.
Well, I don't know that, I don't know for sure. I can't say what they'll do. Certainly your first thing is just the assessor has to go out and take care of that. The second thing, I think, make a good case because of the value that we put on that house. And then the third thing, I don't know about the land. We have some issues. Some of the people on the board have some issues about how we calculated some of the land stuff. I don't know how much pull we have on that. Because apparently the assessor has to provide the state with a formula of what he's going to do. And then they approve the formula. They don't approve the value that comes out of it. They just approve the formula. So I don't know what we can say about that. But if it seems wrong, it seems wrong. I mean, I don't know.
I guess what I'd ask is, could you consider some hardship things? Like, I would say a hardship is 4-foot setbacks where you're on top of your neighbor.
Yep.
That seems to be a hardship. And so maybe he gives me a little hardship discount. 7 students out of 19. If he is giving student hardship, that's a hardship. So I'd like to, maybe he would make some hardship adjustments for those kinds of things. Maybe that's the way to make it seem a little fairer.
Well, he won't. We have to.
Oh.
He's made his decision.
Okay, maybe you guys as a board
Yeah.
could consider some hardship adjustments. That would be helpful.
Okay.
Anyway, so I thank you for your time. I really appreciate
Thank you for coming.
listening to me, and I look forward to
coming in.
Yeah,
We'll see what, now what will happen is the board will meet as a group. I don't know when we're starting, I guess probably April. We're supposed to be finished, by law, we usually have to be finished with everything by, March 31st.
Oh my God.
But there's
900.
But they give us an extension, they applied for an extension. So we probably won't get finished until early May.
Okay.
So I don't know how they're sending out the I should ask, this way I will know, because people have asked me that. I don't know how they're sending out the notices. Are they doing them all at the end? Or are they doing them a little at a time as we, every night we
You
can do
review
so many.
and you said yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
no, no.
Yep.
Okay.
So the board will meet, discuss this, and then they'll vote on the 2 issues. The one about the card, that just goes right to the assessor.
Yeah.
We'll vote on the land and the house issue and see. They can decide to give you what you asked for. They can decide to say, no, not that much, but this instead. Or they can refuse to give you anything. I doubt it, but I don't know for sure, because you have some good comps in here, but I can't promise.
Okay.
So if you're not satisfied with what the board does, you have the right to go to court. And I would recommend that in your case, because of the discrepancy between the 600 value and the $1.3 million on the house and stuff, I might consider going to court. You have to go to New Britain. You don't have to bring a lawyer, but you should. And what happens is you go before the judge, and the judge will say, well, I'm not going to decide. So you go sit in the room with the assessor who will be there and the town attorney who will be there, and your attorney, and they hammer out something. That's the worst thing that can happen.
Could we save money and just hammer out something now?
Well, we might be able to, but there's no way to, if the board has to vote.
Yeah.
If the majority doesn't vote this way, you might not be happy,
Then I'd have to.
and then you have to go to court.
Okay. Maybe I'm not allowed to ask you this, but do you know a good real estate attorney who I can hire who would be appropriate?
You know who I would hire? I've done quite a few appeals with him, and he's really, really nice. His name is Adam Blank.
Adam Blank, B-L-A-N-K.
I think he's out of Stamford on Summer Street. I don't have his number.
I could track him down.
Yeah, but Adam Blank is who I would use.
Thank you very much.
He's really, really, he's a young man, very, very nice, very knowledgeable, and that's who I would use.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, hopefully I won't have to.
Hopefully you won't. Hopefully it'll work out for you. You'll be satisfied.
No,
Yep.
Thank you for taking me early.
My pleasure. Anytime.
All right.
Yep. And just you can leave that door open when you leave.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, that's not it. Okay. I didn't even realize that.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the door open.
No problem.
All right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Take care. Who is next? Evelyn. Oh, Evelyn Angel, Johnny Angel. God, what's that? Oh, what's that? What's that? Hi, how are you? You here for an appeal?
Yes.
Mrs. Angel?
Yep.
Come in. I'm Paulette.
Hi, Paula.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
We're actually recording, so,
Oh, okay.
unless you don't want us to.
Okay.
I have to read some things into the record, then I'll swear you in.
Sure.
Okay? Okay. This is appeal number 80. The time is 11 o'clock. Appeal number 80, 196 Cobblers Hill Road, Evelyn Angel. The town value is $1,969,400, and the ask amount is $1,600,000.
Yes.
I'll swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give regarding this appeal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. If you sign at the X. Thank you. John's working today, so he couldn't go, right?
And it's also my name, not his.
Smart move.
We always laugh. He gets a mountain bike. I could have.
Okay, so, let me see what we have here. Okay. All right. Now, what do you want to tell me?
Okay. So I did some research, and found 5 comparable houses that sold during the base period, all colonials, all in Greenfield Hill. All of them much more larger square footage. Our house is 3741, and these ranged from, everything was over 4,000 up to 4,700.
Okay.
And they all ranged in value for sale prices from 1.595 to the highest was just over 2 to 2,070,000. But all of them either had much more square footage, better grade, because our grade was only a B. The one that sold for $2,060,000 had an A- grade, modern kitchen, modern bath, 10 rooms. Other ones had generators, in-ground pools. Just all of them were substantially different than that's substantially more than our house.
How's your land? Is it flat?
No, it's not. We actually, I brought it with me, we have a good portion of our backyard is actually in the upland review area. So
Okay,
those
is that you in the blue?
Yeah, we're the blue.
So you have some wetlands and then you have the review.
And then we have like almost, like, so.
Oh, yeah.
This is our front yard,
Yeah.
and that's the backyard. So
Okay.
it's almost all in review. So I don't know what someone could do. So that just, those are probably the biggest pieces, just looking and seeing that house on the market for sold for 1.6, one sold for 1.59, another one for.
Yeah, the one on, some of these, I actually sell real estate, so some of these I was in. The one on Stonewall, for example, that was a great comp for a house that I had on the market at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that had beautiful, absolutely beautiful landscaping, beautiful pool and surround area.
And that still only went for 1.6.
Yeah, the inside, it had a great approach. It was a
Mhm.
really nice covered hill setback. It was a back lot, but, yeah, that was, it took a long time to sell, but it did.
And Campbell is right around the corner from us.
Yeah, that's,
So that was a good one. And actually, and kind of part of that too, the other piece of what I looked at was, so our street, Colliers Hill, it's a dead-end street. There's nine houses on the street. Right down the road from us is also Verna Field, which is also a dead-end street,
Yep.
5 houses. I kind of did a comparison of the appraisals between both. Their street average went up 67%, which is, I think, comparable with what the town pulled it. Our street average was 83%, and my house went up 96.57%.
can I tell you that you're the third person from,
My street, yeah. Which obviously we talked too, so that's not completely surprising, but like, I was just like, what? It just seemed, I'm not quite sure, and no one on our street did great stuff. I will say, in the time between the last thing, we did renovate our master bathroom, so that made our bathroom modern, so I get that piece of it. But other than that, it just seems 96% increase seemed a little extensive, based also on just what the other things are selling for. I mean, that's the end result. What are things actually selling for? And if these other, 5 other houses that I found, same idea as the house, but in better shape with in-ground pools and generators and better grades, are not selling for what we were appraised at.
how long have you lived there?
22 years?
Okay.
23? We moved in 2003, so 23 years.
You know the Hagans?
No, they, I think, moved, because the Pritchards, I think, bought their house.
Yes, they did, yes.
And they moved in maybe 6 months before
Oh,
we
okay.
did. So, no, most of the people on our street have been there a while. We're the oldies. But I mean, it's a great road, but I don't know if you're also familiar that it is on, there was, when it was built, there's a river that went through the road. And
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they removed the river, so we actually have a storm easement through our front yard and on our side property. On the right-hand side of the property, there is a storm easement.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so flooding issues, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, I mean, like those, I have the comps, and then I didn't have this before, I don't know if you want to add this into it, which was the thing for the Verna Field.
Sure, yeah, let me take that. Because somebody else used Verna Field too.
Yes.
Verna Field, yeah.
And I can give, I don't know if that helps for anybody as well, as far as the delineation map for the,
Oh, yeah, I'll take that, sure.
so everything else I had already, that was new stuff I found.
I'm liking that. It used to be a pain in the neck because to get that map, you used to have to go down to town hall. Now you can do it online, so it's much easier. Makes it a lot easier. Since you've got the field cards of the comp.
Yep, I did, I had all the field cards.
All right,
Yeah, so just understand they're going up, but just wanted to kind of stay more in the realm of what seems appropriate.
You're not the only one. Like I said, everybody on your street so far. It's a small street, so far 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, ours went up 95% 5, somebody went up 99%.
I don't know if that, Matthew, was it
Yeah,
Leahy?
Leahy.
Matthew Leahy was here.
Yeah,
And
the kids just went up 99%.
so was Karen
Karen,
Warhol.
yeah.
You know what's interesting, what I'm finding interesting is, I've been doing this, like I said, for a long time. It's maybe 14 years I've been on the board. And I sell real estate, and I know the realtors in town. And all this time, we've had other revals, even the last one where things went up pretty high. You never really see a realtor in here appealing their taxes. I don't know why, but maybe because they figure they look at the comps, they do it all the time, maybe it's not worth it. Go through the trouble. But this time, there are so many.
Who are like,
And
wait.
it's like every other day, there's 2 or 3 of them in here. I'm like, okay, so these are the people that do this, that work with this all day long and do it for a living. So what does that tell you? When this many of them are saying, wait, you're way off here. Something's not quite, or you really have to look at it.
We've never appealed.
Yeah, you have to look, something, maybe you better take a look at this, because something's gotta be quite, off on this. So, yeah, I can see, yep. Appraisers have been coming in, they don't usually come into their own property either.
Wow. Yeah, no, it took me back. I was like, oh boy. I was like, oh boy. So, all right, well,
It was very nice to meet you.
you too. Thank you. Enjoy. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. One of 3 things can happen. We can approve it the way it is and give you your value. We can give you partial, or we can say, no, I'm not doing anything, which I don't, that rarely, but, you never know. So, if you're not satisfied with the results that we give you, you have the right to go to court. And in this case, in most cases, I'm recommending that people take the opportunity to go to court. You need to bring an attorney. It's best to bring it. You don't have to, it's best to. So you pay the attorney, but in the long run, I think it's less than what you would pay if you paid the taxes for 5 years. There you go. It's done.
Oh, real estate.
Even better. Take your daughter with you. Bring your daughter to work.
Unfortunately, she's in Massachusetts.
That's okay. Well, take that. You know what? It's in New Britain. It's a shorter ride for her. She doesn't have to come all the way down here. But it's worth. I think it's worth. I actually went with a client once, and it was actually worth it going. So I would recommend it. Yeah.
Thanks for the advice.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. You can leave it open. Yeah, I'm not going to be here that long today.
Please come.
Beautiful day today. Go to the beach. Yep. Okay. Angel. Stilson Road. Okay. Stilson Road. Okay, here we go. This is appeal number 110.
Yes.
It is 1118. Okay. The address is 1122 Stilson Road.
That's correct.
The town value is $1,614,200. You're requesting an amount of $1,345,000 even.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you could, I have to swear you in.
Sure.
So if you can please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that the information you shall give regarding this appeal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, I need you to sign that for me. At the X, please. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I was looking over your appeal. I read it the other day. I was refreshing my memory. There's 900 of them to read, so.
I can imagine, actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it hard to remember these numbers.
Okay.
Keep
So-
going on to Zillow, actually.
Let me guess why you're here. You're here because when you look at the comps that you provided, which are 3 of them, they're recently sold.
Yes.
Sold between, let's see, 1224 and 52025. You've got 3 comps here, all of them similar to yours in size, somewhat. Some have more land, but very similar if you look across. And the 3 that you chose are in Greenfield Hill, where you are not.
Okay.
which is good, because their value is good for you, because their values support your value,
Their values are.
support the value that you're asking,
Yes.
rather than the value that the town gave. So now what else do you want to tell me?
No, well, now it looks like you have all the facts out there. I made a lot of printouts, but essentially we did the three comps. You're
Uh-huh.
aware that we bought the property in 2022, and it for a value of 1.25 actually.
Where are you on Stilson Road?
We are very close to my son's elementary, Osborne. So it's just at the curve. When you take the curve from Stilson, you go straight on North Benson Road, you know, that split.
Yep.
Take the curve and we are 4 houses down. We're the one with the easement. So you'll see one driveway with 2 mailboxes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I think you have all the facts. I don't have to go into the long spiel actually. We have looked at these 3 properties. I took the assistance of my realtor, Cynthia Dull. She.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen her in a long time.
Well, I haven't seen her either, but she is doing very well actually.
Good.
We keep in touch. She helped us with our previous home in Richfield, helped me with this one as well, and she helped my dad and mom also.
Oh, good, she's a nice woman.
Yeah. So she helped me with all of this stuff because she knows how much I love going onto Zillow. My wife prefers going onto Zillow and doing all this.
I hate Zillow, but that's just me.
I can't stand it. I don't like talking about the metrics. But anyhow, Cynthia did all the legwork. So essentially she found...
She did a great job.
Yeah, she did these 3 properties,
Yep.
and so I think the key goal is the key point is essentially the land lot size.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is 1.61. These 3 are more, and we see that they were sold recently for 1.34 million. That's ballpark range. An additional calculation, I don't know if this helps, is I was looking at the per square footage and all.
Now, per square footage, I'm glad you didn't do it that way, because it really doesn't help.
It doesn't.
You know why? Land is one thing, but when you do that to the house, I could build a house, and the square footage price could be $300 a square foot, not the land, just the house. You could build it and be $500 a square foot, because you put fancier things in.
Okay.
So you never really know. You know, if it's new, it's going to be more than if it's older. So it's very hard to do square foot price and come out ahead in this kind of a situation.
I just played mental math, and I thought, like, what else can I do actually? So let me just do that. So, as you mentioned, it differs for different variables. But I think the key thing is, I don't know if these people, these 3 houses have done any work.
Well, I'm looking at the pictures. They look really nice. Have you done work in yours?
No. So we moved in 2022, July, which amazingly was my birthday, and I'm still trying to figure out, we moved exactly on my birthday. I put the family in the Circle Diner while I spend the night, thanks to my neighbors, to move everything in. So I still can't figure out if it's my present or something else actually. But that's how I celebrated birthday today. But essentially, we haven't done anything to the property. There's a roof that is, I think, coming close to a 30-year roof, and that's the next big thing we might potentially do. But we haven't done anything. So I would expect, looking at us not doing anything and being, put at 1.6, it makes sense for us to be closer to houses that are recently sold. I would assume that they did something to make it appealing, as we always do. And as a result, we should be closer to that 1.3 to 1.34. And I just simply chose that number 1.345 because it looks nice, actually.
Cynthia did a good job with picking the comps, because it makes a very good case. She could have picked comps that were closer to your neighborhood, but she chose to go with Greenfield Hill, which has a higher land value, but also has a more desirable location. Every one of these houses that she picked are on side streets.
Okay.
Where yours is on a main road. Now, you might be set back, but still, over by the school is very busy.
Yes.
So saying that yours is 300 and something thousand more than some of those, I find hard to believe. So I think she did a really good job with the comps. I have no questions for you because I can look at this and see in my own head what I think.
Well, Cynthia, rose to the occasion again, actually. I have to I'm right now, my big thing is to what to give her as a gift basket, actually.
I give her a gift basket, yep, that's for sure.
A nice bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And she helps us out every time. This is a new, we've never experienced this. This is our second home and.
Yeah, no, but most people in town have not experienced this much of an increase ever before.
Oh.
There's 900 appeals waiting before the board.
Wow. Okay.
So we'll have to see what happens. Now, what happens next is, I bring this to the board, I present this appeal, best way I can, using what you have on my own knowledge, since I sell real estate of houses.
Okay.
And location, like I just explained to you. And then the board votes on whether or not to grant you the number that you requested.
Okay.
They might say yes, they might say, no, that's too much, maybe we'll make it $1.4 million. Or they might say, no, leave it the way it is.
Okay.
If you're not satisfied with the results, you can go to court.
Okay. All right.
Okay? And you get an attorney. To me, I went to court with a client, it was worth it.
Okay, yeah,
Because you're gonna pay these taxes for 5 years. And the other thing is, you don't realize it, but when you start, you want your base to start lower for the next time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wanna be starting at $1.6 million and change for a base. Because
No.
then they're gonna go down,
Yeah, if this keeps going
no
on.
matter what happens, yeah.
All right, yeah, this is new for us, actually. When I got the notice, in, December, I think it was, or was it January? I asked Cynthia, like, I began this, what should we do? Should we do anything? She said, yes, you should.
Yes, you should do something,
Follow
yeah.
these steps, actually.
Yeah.
Very
You'll
good.
get a letter from the town telling you what our decision was. I don't know when you'll get it. Normally, we finish up in March and you get your letter in April.
Okay.
But we're not gonna finish until maybe early May. So I have no idea when you're gonna get your letter.
All right, Paula, yeah, let's wait. I mean,
Yeah.
we did what we were supposed
Yeah,
to
you
do.
did what you're supposed to do. You did a great job, so.
Perfect,
Looking
thank you.
forward to
I'll convey to Cynthia that I met you, actually.
Yeah, my name, Paulette Kuzo. She actually, you can remind her that she, you can remind her that she sold a listing of mine in Fairfield several years ago, a long time ago now. It was on Woods End Road. She sold it to two doctors, husband and wife.
Yeah, she's she's amazingly patient.
Very, very nice woman. Yes, she was,
Because,
because to be honest with you.
My wife is a tough customer when it comes to houses. I'm not, I can't stand, and these people, I don't know how, they remember the property, oh, we saw this last year. Okay.
It's funny, my brother called me today about something, and I said to him, or actually one of the other board members, she was listening to somebody's appeal, and it was I happened to be in that woman's house, I'm gonna say, almost 20 years ago. Okay? The kids were little, and she called up, and I had the kids with me. I remember exactly what day it was. We were playing tennis. And so I went over to your house. It's a very nice woman. We had lunch. And so I went to her house and gave her a number. She was nowhere near ready to sell. She's still there. But she was telling me about it. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, I've been in that house. You know, it's set up. And she goes, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I remember most of the houses I've been in. Said something to my brother today about a house. I said, yeah, but remember, you know, because he was looking at it online. And I said, you know, it's not going to work for a client. I said, look, the kitchen's really small. It's in a weird place and it's small. And then it opens up to this giant family room. He goes, yeah, I was in there like 15 years ago. Wow. So you just get a knack for it. So.
Very quick, funny story actually.
The time is 11:55. This is appeal number 566, 2521 North Benson Road. Town value $425,800. Asking amount is $116,541.
I think it's 2523, but I think we could do both at the same time.
I have 2521 right here.
Okay, so.
But wait a minute, we're not ready yet. Hold the phone.
Sure.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have to swear you in. So you're both going to speak, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay, so you are, which one is John? Okay, and your name?
Conlon.
First,
Conlan.
last name?
Segerson, Segerson.
Okay. You're going to put your name there. Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give regarding this appeal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Okay. You both sign at the exit.
Okay.
Okay?
See this,
If I'm not mistaken, one of you was here 4 or 5 years ago. The same issue.
Nope.
Nope.
Yes, last year.
You were here last, oh, okay, maybe it was last year. All right, I knew it was,
Time flies.
I probably couldn't have remembered it 5 years ago, but I remember now. Yes, time flies, and here we are with the same problem again. Okay,
pretty much.
pretty much. This is a duplicate, so let me get rid of this.
And I see they scheduled a separate hearing for 25.
Yes, now, 2521.
or for 25?
Do you don't happen to know the appeal number, do you?
For 2521?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Well, we're actually here. The file that they gave me is 2521.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at. What was the other one?
2523.
2523. Okay.
And I have the appeal number for 2523. That's 565.
You second? Let's see if we can do them together.
That's what I was hoping,
They're the
because
same
it's a
issue.
duplicate. We did them together
30
the last time.
a.m. to 4:30 p.m. For the town clerk, for the tax assessor. Wait while I transfer your call.
You said 561, right? Or 565?
560.
Good afternoon, assessors.
Oh, hi, this is Paulette. I'm upstairs doing tax appeals.
Yeah.
I need you to bring me another appeal.
Okay, what number?
565. The address is 2523 North Benson Road.
2523 North Benson.
The owner is here now on his other appeal, and he wants to do them at the same time because it is the same problem.
All right.
Okay? Can you bring it up? I'm in room 1.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great.
Okay. So
That frees you up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, really.
Maybe.
The nice day to leave
Nice day to
early.
get out, yeah.
Is that the last appeal? Or
You're the last appeal, so yeah, for
4
free.
o'clock,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Well, it's usually 4 o'clock, but I'm done after you guys, so.
Oh, lucky you.
So, yeah, so, all right, so let's get started here. All right, so now what do you want to tell me?
Okay, so I'll just give you a briefing.
Yeah.
Bought the land back in 2014 roughly, I think. In 2016, we got a permit to add on to the property
Mm-hmm.
and also go back farther, deeper into the property. One of the issues, one part of the permit was to fix a structural problem with the foundation. The back left corner of the house sunk 4 inches, a lot. And so once we got the permit, we went to start, jacked the whole house up, held it up, and then we went in there with a big heavy machine and had to pull out the old foundation. When we pulled out that old foundation, dink, dink, with this 14,000-pound machine, he hit something that wasn't right. We cleared it off. It ended up being a 24-inch live water main.
I remember this.
Yep. So we called Aquarian right away. In the meantime, he exposed the water main. And when the guy from Aquarian came over and he saw it, his face went white. And he told us to backfill it very, very carefully because it was dangerous.
You should have put the picture.
I did,
Oh.
just in case you wanted to see the baby.
My baby?
Your baby, yeah.
Why is it dangerous?
Because you can imagine the amount of water pressure in a 24-inch cast iron water main. See it going
Oh,
across
there
here?
it is. Yep, I
Yeah,
see it, okay.
this is the machine.
Can I borrow it, or is it sitting here
You
already?
can have it.
Okay.
It's not,
All
yep.
right, now where is that pipe?
That pipe, you can see the house is right here. See the corner of the
Yeah.
house? And it goes right under the corner.
Oh,
This corner of the house. And he was
Okay.
actually reaching under the house with the machine,
Yeah.
and he hit it. And thank God he had enough common sense not to try to dig it up. You know, he knew something was wrong. And this water pipe is about 120 years old. And it has and I was told it has a life expectancy of 100 years.
You know, we've heard, some people have said a lot less than that, that it's more
Yeah.
like 80 or something like that, but. And they have had a lot of different breaks in Fairfield recently. Like the neighbor just,
thank you very much.
You're welcome. The neighbor, next door,
One
actually
house
just
over.
had one,
A water
their water main burst as well.
It
We're
was
actually
For
working
the
with,
same reason?
It actually was a real small main in the street,
originated.
but it seems to be a pretty common problem. And then also, a couple things with this is not very deep, so I don't know if freezing's any concern, I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
But
So back to your question, why is it dangerous? So the slope on this house is very steep. Mill River down here and the house is up here. And this house is all bank run gravel. And bank run gravel is basically sand with little small round stones. So it's not structural, it washes out very easily. If that water pipe breaks, this house is gonna end up in the river. There's just no choice.
Oh, sure, on that, okay.
And they know it. And so we have been arguing to get this water pipe relocated since it was discovered. And what happened was, once it was discovered, Aquarian came right in, brought their attorneys in, and basically put a cease and desist on us, and got the town to put a stop work order and stopped us from doing anything at that point. We were totally stopped. And then Aquarian went even farther than that, and they wrote an affidavit from their attorney, and they recorded it on the deed of the property, basically saying that there's a 24-inch live water main and asking that we don't build within 20 feet of it. And they didn't have the right to do that. I also have the original, so when we bought the property, it was a clean title. There was no mention of this water pipe. Once it was discovered,
it was never on any call
no
for you
deed,
or
didn't
any.
show up, called for you, dig, nothing. This is when I brought it to Aquarian's attention. It took them a few days, but they produced a easement from 1905. And on this easement, basically, it gave them one right to the property. And I highlighted it. It doesn't look like it came out.
I can't read it now because I bet it is.
Yeah, because
green.
it didn't print. What it says, word for word, is it's giving them the right to lay and maintain a 24-inch water pipe. Nowhere in this.
When's that from?
I'm sorry?
When is that from, 19?
1905, I believe.
Okay.
Nowhere in this easement did it give them the right to restrict anything on the property, as far as, it wasn't like, and nowadays the easement would say 20 feet from the water.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't have that. There was no restriction.
Okay.
It was just right to lay and maintain. And so I couldn't argue with it. They found it in the deed. So basically, after they discovered it, they put this affidavit on the property, and they told us to stop and you can't go any further. They actually asked me if I could cut half the back of the house off.
Oh, sure, anytime.
Yeah, I said, no. Okay, so after,
I think it's the only two affidavits on the town land records that I could find when I searched as well.
yeah, it really, couldn't sell the property if we tried with that affidavit on there. I did hire an engineer. I designed the corner of the house. I had to go backwards to put big structural beams in to support the entire corner of the house. So if in the event they had to replace this water pipe, they can take it out and the house will not fall down. It's structurally designed to hold up. Now that'll, as long as the water pipe's good. If it breaks, it's going to wash out and the house is going to come down. But I got with that structural design, because I went to the town and I said, what's your reasoning for me not being able to go forward? And he produced a code that says you cannot pour footings on anything other than, a footing cannot bear on anything other than compact soil. So by cantilevering it with these beams, I took all the pressure off the water pipe, made it better than it was. The house was sitting on the water pipe the whole time. And Tom Connolly, the head building inspector at the time, agreed with me and gave me permission to continue and finish with that part of the renovation, but we were restricted, and we were supposed to go out another 20 feet, couldn't do that. We were supposed to put a deck on, couldn't do that.
And actually, the old parts of the house that were taken down to be rebuilt were not able to be rebuilt. Like the house used to have a deck, and all of this, and the intention was to basically double the size of the house, which no longer happened. Basically, we were able to repair what was existing and not rebuild what was taken off, like existing decks,
Yeah.
things like that.
And not add on anything either. So, at that point, Aquarian still, to this day, has a cease and desist on the property, and the affidavit is still on land records. So, going back to 2016, when this was discovered, I went and I had a appraisal done on the house, and I asked the appraiser to look at it. What is it appraised at before the day before the water pipe was discovered, and what is it appraised at the day after? And when he did that, and that is this Cardilla Group report, which
yeah.
you have, right? When he did
I think
that,
that's the one I had.
yep.
Yep, I moved it over there, but that's the one I had.
Yeah, the second page in is basically, he appraised the house at the time at $370,000, and then the day after, it went down to $270,000. So he basically said it devalued the house in 2016.
I think it was like 70% or something.
By 2000, by the 270,000.
Okay,
Okay? So, when we came in last year and completed our case,
Yeah.
we basically said, I let them know that, one, we were very reasonable. This happened in 2016. I never asked for a break in the taxes. I gotta say, I was a little let down by the town, not the tax assessors, but the zoning department, because the zoning department was siding with Aquarian when Aquarian clearly didn't have the right. They were trying to tell us, take 10 feet off the house, give me the 20 feet. And basically they said, you can't do anything else, you can't go forward. We tried to get another permit, the town said no. So, and that was last year. We got so that your board agreed, lowered the appraisal by the 270, which lowered the assessment, which I was very appreciative for. Wish I did it earlier, because I paid full taxes on it for, 8-9 years, but so be it. And then with 2521, which was a smaller house, if we took 278,000 off of that, you guys would owe me money, because it wasn't valued at that much. It basically is a knockdown, but the town, I can't even knock the house down. It's basically a shack. It's dilapidated and...
Not to interrupt, but the house next door, 2521, is actually completely on top of the pipe, and the house is crumbling on top of the pipe. So in the event the house does collapse, it could actually destroy the pipe itself. And there's also been several car accidents that cars have landed on the pipe. They've had to have tow trucks drive over the pipe to pull them out, because I don't know how familiar you are with that area, but North Benson Road goes down a real steep hill, and then there's a sharp turn. And,
I know that sharp turn, I drive it all the time.
And
at night.
And a couple times a year, people they've actually had cars hit the house there, the green
We have it all documented with photos and articles. So we went to PURA. PURA is the Public Utility Regulatory Agency. And, this is a serious safety hazard. And it's a big liability for me. When I bought 2521, I knew what I was buying, and there was someone renting it, and I said, no, you can't live over this. Basically, he was sleeping 10 feet above this live water main. I said, I'm not going to take that liability. So it's been sitting vacant for a couple of years now, empty.
It's not even heated or
no
water or anything.
Just sitting there. And it's an eyesore, and I want to fix it up, but I can't. The town won't let me. So PURA did put heat on Aquarian because they realize this is a safety thing, and they should prioritize replacing their water mains, not by what's most convenient and best cost-wise for them. They should prioritize it on safety, which they haven't been doing. This is clearly the most dangerous water pipe they have, hands down. So PURA put heat on them, and Aquarian about 2 years ago said, okay, we'll move the water pipe. And they told me at that time, this was 3 years ago really, they said, we're going to put it in engineering in 2025, and then with the plan of executing it in in 26 and 27. And I said, okay, at least we're moving forward. We followed up with them about 6 months ago, maybe a little more, and they said, yes, it's in engineering now. So I was like, good to hear, okay. I followed up again with them about within the last month, and I was told it got through engineering, and it's gone out to bid, and they just got to get internal approval, and they hope to relocate it in 2026. Because like when I said at the last hearing, I said, listen, I'm about as fair guy as you'll ever meet. I'm happy to pay my taxes. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't, if I didn't feel this is just not right, and I deserve the break. And I said, and they told, back then, I said the same thing. They were saying in 3 years they might move it. And I said, once they move the water pipe, I'm happy to reassess, let it go to its real value, and I'll pay my taxes. It's as simple as that. But in the meantime, I shouldn't be paying taxes on something I can't
And
even
the
sell.
whole RWA thing, I don't know if you're familiar, that they're getting bought out, Aquarium.
Oh, yeah,
So,
Big
that may
fight.
change.
so it sounds like, I don't know whether our situation will go through or not.
Yeah,
The problem is RWA is a quasi-government company. So when that purchase goes through, they're no longer going to be regulated by Bureau.
so they can do what they want.
They can do what they want. So we got our fingers crossed as hard as they can that they break ground before that deal goes through. 'Cause
Yeah.
once they start it, they'll follow through, right? They're not going to start it and stop in the middle of the project. So we're really pushing hard to try to get them to get this going for us. And meanwhile, we hired an attorney, spent a boatload of money fighting them, and, back and forth. It's been going on for
And
years.
actually, the
years,
first
years.
selectman before he passed away was helping us.
Yeah,
as well.
which was very sad.
How about the selectmen?
I'm sorry?
How about the selectmen?
I don't know, we haven't gone back to this, we're busy, it's hard to find time, we're trying to do this on the side, we let things slip for a while and then we catch up, so we haven't come to the selectman, but I'd like to think that he would be on our side. It's not just a liability to us, it's a liability to the town.
Yeah.
And it also feeds, I think, most of the
a good part of Bridgeport. If that water main breaks, Bridgeport. So
the one that runs, if you drive up Black Rock Turnpike and you look, you're driving towards Black Rock Turnpike from the Hi-Ho,
Okay.
and you look at, when you go across the lake,
Yeah.
when the water's low, you can see the pipe in
Yep,
the water.
yep.
I believe that's
Oh,
the
that's
same
it.
pipe.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy.
So it comes out of the Aspetuck Reservoir as a 4-foot water main that goes right up Black Rock Turnpike. And right at that lake, it has a 2-foot branch that goes off of it. So, and the 4-foot one broke years ago on Black Rock Turnpike, and it fortunately broke between 2 houses. I was told it almost took 1 house out. You can imagine a 4-foot water main breaking. Just crazy. And, we just had another break. They just had another break. There's several breaks every single year, and that's why Aquarium's selling it, because they say they just can't keep up with the maintenance, and they want this big rate hike, and of course that affects the town because they're the biggest taxpayer and everything else.
So I think it's years of neglect of investing in the infrastructure, basically.
It's interesting. Bridgeport Hydraulics started it back in late 1800s, early 1900s. It stayed Bridgeport Hydraulic for all the way up until about 20 years ago. It stayed as one company. In the last 20 years, it's changed hands 5 times. They just keep, someone buys it.
Sounds like a good deal, and then,
Because they're kicking the can down the road. Nobody wants to put all that money into the maintenance. So,
So I'm clear.
Yeah.
You cannot tear the house down.
Can't tear it down, no, because it's on top of the water pipe, and that would be dangerous. Certainly can't pull up the foundation.
Or renovate it.
Can't renovate it, no, can't touch it. It's
Okay.
sitting.
You can do nothing. It's just sitting there,
It's just
vacant.
Yeah, I can picnic on the property.
Oh, nice.
That's about what it's worth.
We haven't tried applying for anything, but there was a spec builder that bought it, and his intention was to build a house on the property, and he tried for probably 8 years to do something with the property, and he wasn't able to do it, and then he eventually sold it to him.
He didn't know about the water pipe either, and he was this close to getting his permit for a big house on the property when the water pipe was discovered, and as soon as it was discovered, they pulled it, said no.
So he knew about it when he sold it to you,
He knew about it when
but he didn't tell you?
No, I knew about it when I bought it, and I bought it on a gamble that someday it will be moved. I wanted to protect, it's such an eyesore, it's really an ugly little house. I wanted to, protect the property next door, and ultimately, I'll probably put up a little house back on it. But not until water pipes moved and I can get.
Well, and until that happens, then obviously,
I'm in
you're
hold
saying that this
mode,
is,
and I'm- yeah, and I'm.
now, the only thing is though, we need to get a value, and you're saying your value on it is now
Okay, so.
116,
Let me just
1,541.
explain what changed between then and now. In our application.
I think she's asked about 25-21.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all about 25-21.
Okay.
So that's where the pipe runs under the house?
Yes,
It runs under both,
Okay, all right.
yeah, okay. so
but
this is-
directly more impactful to 25-21 because it's actually
Okay,
right
all right,
through
then
their
that's the
basement.
one, okay.
Yeah, the 25-23, it goes right off in the corner, goes just under the corner, that's right, the cantilevered over. 25-21, it goes right through the center
Okay.
of the house, directly through the center. So, I'll let you get to it.
Okay,
Okay, so, this is how I came up with the reduced cost here. I did this little spreadsheet, I know it's kind of small, but, so this is in 25-25, the original assessment was $213,780, and it was appraised to $305.
in 2025?
That was 2025's
Okay.
original assessment from 2020.
Okay,
And then the town reduced it, so in 20, because I came in and I appealed
Right, yep.
against that, and the town was nice enough to reduce it. So in 2025, on 3/17, I was granted the assessment, which dropped the assessment to $58,520 and appraised it at $83,600.
okay,
So that was a 72.63% drop,
okay,
okay?
yeah,
So rather than, if you think about this, that 270,000 back in 2016 is probably equivalent to double that now, if not more, because as values go up, so does the assessment, or the devaluation should increase as well, right?
unfortunately it never does, but yes, you're right.
Yes. So on this time, last time, I couldn't take the 270 off because it would have been negative on this, so I agreed to a lesser amount. But now the assessment went up from 298,060 assessment
To
with
400.
an appraised value of 425,800,
Okay.
right? So what I've done
Oh, here it
is-
is right here, I'm looking for it. Okay.
yeah. So what I've done is reduced it by the same percentage, 72%, and that's how I came up
So you
with the
reduced it
number,
by 72%,
which is what it was
okay.
devalued
So
by.
reduced by
And that's,
72, so
yep,
then
and
it's,
that gave me this number, 116.
72,
72.63%, which gave the new value.
okay, so that's really what you're asking for,
That's what I'm asking for, yes.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
And basically,
And it's unfortunate because that shouldn't have happened, it should have been on your field card, because that's like a permanent thing, that isn't gonna change until they fix whatever it is they have to fix. So
Yeah.
down here, where he has you, he gives you a generous, excuse me, what did he give you? A generous, oh, wait a minute,
is this Tyler?
no, this is the assessor. Okay, all right, so what he did was, something's not right here. Because it says here, he gave you, he considers it valued at 65%, not 100%. So that's not what you want.
No.
You want it valued at 30-something%, right?
Well, reduced by 72, so that's 28%.
Okay, so you really want it at 78%.
72%.
I mean, 72.
72,
No, you want it reduced by that, so you really want it at 28%, good,
yeah.
okay.
So what happened was, the town subbed it out to Tyler Appraisals.
Right, I know that,
right?
yeah.
And they appraised it, and it went up to like 800,000 or something.
Yeah, but she's talking about 25, 21.
Oh, yeah.
Keep
25,
backing up
21.
to two.
Yeah, sorry. And then I had an opportunity to get
Go
a
to
phone
Tyler,
call
right?
with them.
Yeah.
So I went to Tyler and I explained it to him. I said, first, I wanted to know, I didn't think he took it into consideration. I want to say, was this appraised based on the appraised value? Was there any deduction for any reason? Did you know about any other thing? And he said, no, that's the town appraised. We compare it to other things there. So they knew nothing about it. And so when I explained it to them, they came back that they reduced it by some very little amount.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Okay.
justified. So that's why I'm here
Okay.
at the town having this here.
All right, so that makes sense,
Mhm.
okay. All right, so now let me take back everything you, actually,
Okay. So I have anything you need. I got a full package,
I
so.
guess I'll take the, I don't know
So,
that I really need this, but you gave it to us with the packet, so I'll take it.
yeah, hang on one second.
So that's
because I
the one-
opened up, this one is 25, 21, full
That's the
package,
full package.
which I didn't touch.
Okay,
That's
And
my
that goes with
full
it.
package.
Yeah.
And that was emailed to you.
Yeah.
You have that
goes with
email,
this.
all there. Okay?
And can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you said the field card, what should be noted on the field
I'll show
card?
you.
So that I know for future reference.
Now, right here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is the front page of the bill.
Yep.
Down here, land line valuation is the section you want to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And here he goes across and he talks about,
Single family,
A zone,
yep.
how many square feet of property, this is all about property, so I don't have
Unit
about
price,
square
sure.
foot. And then he's got here, size, okay. Site index 5, everybody gets a 5, I don't know why.
Okay.
And then it says condition.
Mm-hmm.
Now, normally, if there's nothing wrong with the land, this would be 1.0, which represents 100%.
Okay.
So he's got you at 0.65, representing 65%. So that's what he's taxing you on. This number you want this number to be 28,
28, yeah.
okay, and then that would take you down to the number you want.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So what he's got here is, he's got you as, you might have some wetlands on the property, which isn't really what you're appealing. You're saying it's more, that's gonna be wet if the pipe breaks, but right now it's not.
Yes.
Well, it is a flood zone, so that's maybe what
Well, but you're up high, right?
We're up high, yeah.
Pretty high.
So you're
yeah.
probably, I don't think you'd be affected by the flood.
No, the flood zone comes in about 30 feet off the river, and then the
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah,
It's
so
a small
that's-
lot.
It doesn't affect, I don't think the house itself is in the flood zone,
Yeah.
if that's what you're saying.
Yes, no. The house would be out of the flood zone, correct.
Okay, all right, so I think we're set with that one. Now,
Okay.
this one's gonna be pretty much the same, but,
Yes.
okay, so let me just read some of this into the record. So now we're at appeal number 565. This is 2523 North Benson Road.
Correct.
The town value of $812,400, and your ask amount is $345,097. Okay, now, it is 12, it's 12:25. Okay. Okay. You're both sworn in, so we won't do it again.
Okay.
Remember that you're still under oath, like they say in the courtroom.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. That's 66. Okay. All right, now. Okay, so I know the whole story.
Yeah, and
So
so
let's just
here's
go- let's look at that.
that's what we really all we got.
So now we're saying on this one. Okay, and okay. All right, so what we're saying is on this one, so this one has a 60.78% reduction.
Yes, correct.
And you want that same, right?
Yep, that's what they gave me last year. I want the same this year. I'm asking for the same.
Okay. So if you look at this field card, it probably says very similar to the other one. What did they do here? On this one,
Oh, this one says topo easement.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Doesn't really matter because,
Yeah, it's a water pipe.
yeah. So on this one, they've got you at, he's saying you're 70% good,
Mhm.
and you really want to be
We want to
Like
be 40, 38.
20 something,
28,
22, I think, yeah.
22.
So that's got to change then.
22, you're
Yep.
correct.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right, so it's the same story,
Same
based-
story.
unfortunately, the same unfortunate story.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they move this water pipe and, you know.
Do they have have you had other ones that are related to the
No.
pipe?
No, we haven't.
You know, we really ought to reach out to the first selectman, because like I said, this is a town liability too.
Yeah.
And it, you know, the shame of it is,
Nobody knows about it.
Aquarian and their predecessors, all the way back to Bridgeport Hydraulic, they knew. They let this sleeping dog lie, right?
Yep,
You know Slant Mortar Road,
yes, I do.
and you know it splits and goes one way, all the houses?
Yeah, up and down,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that water pipe goes right down all those people's,
Oh, it does?
all the way down. And then this new Shabab, which is the old Elks Club,
Yeah.
right through their parking lot.
Oh,
And then,
Which is
right
interesting,
into the river.
they had a little porch thing coming off the front of their building, and then one day when they were paving, I noticed they ripped it off the building, and I think that probably was some deal with Aquarian that they'd removed that part of their structure
Oh,
to be able to pave their,
Oh.
I don't know, that might be just assumption.
yeah.
and the water company is required by law through PURA to every 5 years give the town an assessment of their water mains and conditions and
Oh.
everything. And, you know, they very easily could tell the town in a day what other houses are affected by this water pipe. What other houses does it go on?
Yeah, they could, yeah.
And they don't.
They
And
do.
clearly, building and, at least when we got our first permit, clearly building and zoning did not know about it, because they would've,
They would have stopped, yeah.
yeah, they would've said
never.
something.
Yeah,
And you see that picture of the water pipe with the
Yeah.
machine there and guys standing right there? I mean, literally, if he hit that when he was on the machine, because he was downhill, hit into the river with the machine and all.
Yeah.
I mean, this really would be a disaster to Mill River, all the way out to the Sound if it ever breaks.
yeah.
So hopefully they'll get it fixed.
Yeah, okay, well, hopefully this time they'll put it on the field card and you won't have to come back,
Yeah.
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 after that,
Okay.
okay?
And your name again?
Paulette.
Paulette?
Mhm.
Okay, very nice meeting you.
Nice
Thanks for
meeting you
your-
both.
Thanks
Yep.
for your time.
My pleasure, good to see you
Appreciate
again,
it.
unfortunately, you had to come back, but,
That's okay.
Okay.
oh, wait a minute, this was in the packet that you gave us.
I don't know.
Is that yours?
No, I think that's yours.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we shouldn't, this was in your, we
Does it-
mixed in with your things, let's see.
It doesn't have
Oh,
our...
no, this isn't even you.
No,
Oh, boy.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Okay,
All
whatever.
right.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very
Have
much.
a good one.
Okay, take care, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy the day,
Yeah, enjoy the...
beautiful day.
The rest of the day.
Yeah,
Bye now.
bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay. Josie? Oh, no. That's crazy, it's on the desk.
Yeah.
That has to go in that guy's file.
Do you know the appeal number by any chance?
No,
Okay,
he told me, but I don't remember.
gotcha.
Those are extra,
Okay.
and this says they had a duplicate, and this was in this guy's file, it didn't belong there. Okay?
So I'll give them that.
You know what, if you let me look 1 second, I can probably,
Find out the appeal number.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna finalize the rest of that. It's okay if I take them, right?
Yeah.